All right, guys, welcome back to the Play On podcast with your hosts, Jerry and Jesse. This is number 49, episode 49.
Yep, episode 49. Again, thank you guys for the support. We've seen the videos I've been doing pretty consistently well and early on too, so thank you guys for watching. So yeah, over the last episode we talked about the Champions League and how Man City was cooked. This week, more Man City getting cooked.
It's just becoming a common occurrence.
It is, dude. At this point, it's like kind of sad. Um, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to make of that squad, but yeah, we have pick'ems and everything. It was a bad week for me. Again, this is the second or third week in a row. I went 6 for 20. Jesse went 50%, almost
I think,
50%.
yeah, I think like eight, right? Eight or
Nine,
nine.
9 for 20. I think that our hate watching is getting the best of us. That's one surprise, but yeah, some of the matches were not good. Like I know the Champions League one was like completely weird for the playoffs.
Ch- Yeah, Champions League really screwed us over because I think we barely got two of those correct.
Yeah, and we blame the teams that didn't perform. It's not us. Those teams don't perform. But yeah,
Not
we
if you,
go
not
ahead.
if you ask the Atalanta manager, he clearly had someone to blame.
Yeah, we could actually even talk about it right now, dude. Gasperini just completely throwing Lookman under the bus.
Yeah, it was crazy because he just well he said specifically I don't know why he took that penalty because he said there was two other people that could have taken it, so why did he take it and he missed.
Yeah, he's completely one of the worst penalty takers that like in the team. Like, why is he taking that? And that's insane coming from your manager, especially after a loss like that. In recent news, Gasperini has said that he's doesn't look like he's gonna resign for Atalanta. So
Yeah, his contract runs out this summer, so that's crazy.
clearly there's turmoil. So from one of the best teams in Europe that we were like praising and glazing to one of the jokes of the competition because of what happened.
Yeah, the club's in turmoil, so it looks like it's all confirmed, all but confirmed that Lookman's probably leaving in the summer. He's not staying
Mhm.
after that happened, and then also Gasperini is going to be a free agent, but I don't know if he'll go with someone right away because he's been with Lazio for like 9 years now. So he might go
Atalanta.
like let's Atalanta, yeah. He might go on a break to, refresh, or he might just some big club might just come in and poach him.
Again, for those that don't know, Gasperini runs the club, the pretty much the club from top to bottom. He's everything but the CEO president. Runs
Yeah.
the youth academy or the same shit. Youth physical training, everything you can think of. He is everything.
Yeah, the transfer market, he decides who goes and who leaves, who
Yeah.
comes and who goes.
So, and after they kind of bounced back after losing that Champions League matchup, they won 5-0, thrashing or 5-1 against I forgot what team in the Serie A. But still not a good look. We just got to see what happens with the players. I know Lookman is probably not the happiest, and he has I think he has a good stock. Um,
Yeah. Well, he's English, Jerry, so you know.
yeah, we'll see what
Or
team he
no,
goes to. He's
no,
not. No, he switched. He was
yeah, yeah,
English.
yeah, yeah.
He switched nationalities and national team he plays for. But yeah, he has good stock on him. I think he could go to any team. I think Arsenal was looking at him. Arsenal looks at everyone. Hopefully he doesn't go there.
He might go to Chelsea because, they never have enough wingers.
Plus, you get paid well to sit on the bench, so might as well.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. But I was actually looking at Lookman's penalties, like his previous, I think 10 penalties. There was a compilation on Twitter somewhere, and he's not that bad of a penalty taker. I think it was just the goalie gets the red and he shot it bad.
Well, apparently there was like I read somewhere that there was a similar situation earlier this season, and like everyone was arguing for who's gonna take the penalty, and then whoever took the penalty like missed it. So they basically agreed that any penalty's gonna be taken by the Calater, the
The Catalar?
Belgium,
Yeah.
yeah, and also Retuegi.
Trying to think right now. There was also another situation in the Serie A where the designated penalty taker this Serie A team got a penalty. The designated penalty taker wanted to take the penalty, but for some reason the striker that got fouled got awarded the penalty. He wanted to take it. So there was an argument. Captains were trying to convince this guy to stop give the penalty to the penalty taker. that he didn't budge, took the penalty, scored it. He got subbed out immediately. So it was a Friday match too, because I saw the tweet. It was like, oh, nothing like Serie A on a Friday night just hits different.
Yeah, but it's funny how that situation works out because it doesn't matter what you do, you always come out worse for it. Because I remember a couple years ago with Sari and Kepa
Hmm.
when he wanted to sub him out for I can't remember who, I think Caballero.
Yeah, for the goalkeeper.
Yeah, for because he was like supposed to be a penalty specialist,
Hmm.
and Kepa just said no, I'm not coming out. And even in the penalty shootout, he didn't do bad. I think he even saved one,
Yeah, they won the match.
but he so got crucified for it
Mm.
afterwards. So like it just never works out in that situation.
Well, I mean, it worked out in a way for Chelsea. Remember last season, Madueke and Nicholas Jackson fighting over the penalty?
Yeah, but that one was weird because Cole Palmer was right there.
Exactly, just two teammates fighting over the ball when the designated penalty taker was right there. Ah, penalties. I think this should be easily established before you in the beginning of the season. This guy's your penalty taker. I don't give a fuck what happens. I don't know how those situations still happen.
It's just ego. Like, and we know that every professional player has an ego to an extent because they wouldn't be a professional if they didn't have that. Because it's kind of needed, for self-confidence. But sometimes it just gets in the way.
For me, I how when I used to play soccer, how I always saw it when it comes to penalties, if a guy asks for it, like, let me take it, give it to him. Like, if he has the confidence to tell you, like, I want to take it, go with it. If he misses, well, now you know you don't have the confidence in him, and you could easily tell him no. But if at the time he makes it, give it to him. Who cares? That's how I always saw it. Even though if you have a designated penalty taker, gives them confidence.
I feel if there's no need for it, I think you just stick with your regular penalty taker because sometimes it doesn't matter if they're confident.
Hmm.
Sometimes you just gotta a steady hand, is sometimes the best.
Hmm.
I would only give it to them if like to build up confidence for like a striker that's like underperforming and they just need that little boost.
Yeah,
Maybe it helps them turn it around.
yeah, maybe. But yeah, let's get straight into the pick'ems. We have a couple matches. I didn't even count how many there were. 1, 2, 9, 10, 11, 12,
13,
13,
14, 15,
14,
16?
17. 17. We added the Nottingham and Arsenal at the end.
Oh, yep. Missed that one.
Don't worry, I have your answer written down. I'll go over it again. But yeah, we have Copa del Rey, a bunch of cup matches, as well as the Italian Cup, the DFB Polka as well, and
Yep.
FA Cup on the weekend. So jam-packed week. Starting with the first one, Barcelona
Tu-
versus Atletico Madrid, first
On
leg,
Tuesday. Yep.
and easily I have Barcelona.
Yeah,
Jesse.
and I went with something similar to what happened between Real Madrid and Atletico. I'm hoping for a draw. Like, you hoped for a draw. I'm hoping for a draw.
Interesting. Sure hate watch, dude. It's getting to you.
And it's fine. I'm okay with it.
Next match is well, the Coppa Italia, Inter versus Lazio.
Yeah, and I went with Inter because I think they're just in better form than Lazio currently. Even
Mhm.
though Lazio's still in the running in Serie A, I'll just give it to the experience Inter side.
Yeah, I'm going with Inter. I think this is their competition to win easily. Um, Again, Lautaro Martinez could probably got robbed of the Balón de Oro. Didn't even get looked at. That's why I'm saying he got robbed. He didn't even get considered or looked at. He's just playing amazing. He's
Speaking
just playing amazing again
of Ballon d'Or, who would you be your front runners
this year.
for this year?
Top three, it'd be Salah because Premier League,
Same.
Rafinha, and number three. I don't know. I could easily put up Mbappe in there.
I went a little different. I went with Valverde because I think he's been more crucial than Mbappe, even though he might not have like the numbers to back it up.
Mhm.
He's been vital for Real Madrid because he's literally played every minute of it of the campaign, and he's been in every position that we've needed him, and he's done outstanding for us.
I just don't think he has a marketing behind him. I don't think he'll get it. Is he undervalued? Easily, yes. Probably the most undervalued player in the world right now. But I see it hard for him to even try to win it. Especially
I
with
don't,
Real Madrid, the first thing you think of is Vinicius Mbappe or Bellingham.
but during the beginning of the season where everyone else was struggling, he
Yeah.
was not.
Again, I don't mind it, but do I think he
Yeah,
will like winning it if I would have bet on it? No.
no.
Pedri is a good shot for me. I think he's probably our best player, well, other behind Rafinha, but he's been consistently the best player or even the best midfielder in the world.
I would even put him above Rafinha because Rafinha sort of calmed down a bit towards like this recent times, but Pedri's been consistently outstanding throughout the year, and
Yeah,
even playing at like a deeper position because he's playing more like a where is it
the
2 DM
Xavi role.
role,
Yeah.
yeah, with Xavi with like the 2 DM role with Casado, both like being alongside him, like he goes up in front
Yeah, it's
and
crazy to
back.
see him like just be consistently healthy this year. Knock on wood. Um, but yeah, like whatever the genetic testing they did on him to like make sure he gets the best possible training for his body, it's working. Um, but going back to the pick'ems, we have Tottenham versus Man City in the Premier League.
I went with Spurs because Man City are.
Oh my God, bro. I can't believe I'm going with Man. I got Man City just because they've beaten them in the past. I don't have trust in Tottenham. I don't have trust in Man City either, but
At least Spurs is on a better run of form than Man City.
that's what scares me because you said they've won like the past three matches. Man City have lost like the past four or five. I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
been so many. Um, yeah, it's a scary pick, but I'm just going off of football heritage and I got Man City.
Yeah, football heritage currently with Man City is them exploding like at after the 65th minute and I could see it happening again.
We'll see. It's gonna be an interesting match, that's for sure. I'm expecting a lot of goals. Now that I said it, probably not many, but yeah. Uh,
Next we have Newcastle versus Liverpool.
Newcastle versus Liverpool. Where do I have that? I have it written down somewhere. Oh, either way, I took Liverpool.
I went with Newcastle.
Oh, there it is. I'm going with Liverpool. I think the league is done. They're just gonna solidify their lead once they win this. Because yeah, Arne Slot is doing an incredible job in just winning these hard matches, and he's won a majority of them. This is gonna be uh like a planting of the flag for the Premier League. You know, it's done.
Yeah, I'll give it to them later on because I think Newcastle's gonna get this one because they're starting to look better cohesively
Hmm.
and Isaac's he's scoring goals.
Well, I don't know how you're saying they're looking better cohesively. They lost to Man City, the broken down team.
Yeah, they look better cohesively at times, certain times, not that time.
That's why I'm only going with Liverpool just because again Newcastle has struggled against City, lost to them, so I don't know how they'll do. They did just beat Arsenal too, like the most heavily defensive team of all time.
They had four DMs and then their DM another DM at striker. So you,
Yeah, we'll talk about that West Ham match because Jesus Christ, I was watching it and oh my God,
I think
you're
this
right,
champ.
dude. Mikel Merino is a fucking striker.
Yeah, I was telling you, I'm telling you right now. The champs was watching that and he was taking notes. He's like, I can do that. So I'm telling you, watch the next international break. He's playing with six DMs forward.
Rabiot is a striker. For some reason, he keeps calling him up, even though like he has no team.
Isn't he with
I can't even tell you what team he's on. I can't
uh,
confirm.
he's in France. I can't remember if it was Marseille or Lyon.
One of those two. Hello, I do probably text about. Um, but yeah, these matches it sucks that they're in midweek just because again, there's already good cup games, and
Hmm.
that's the next one I'm going into. Real Sociedad versus Real Madrid. They're playing in Anoeta.
Yeah, that doesn't affect us, Jerry. That's why we're gonna win easily there.
I got Sociedad. Eventually, the tired legs have to catch Real Madrid. That's the only reason I keep picking against them because I picked like more of them before. But I have to do it now. I just like like when you're going to playing like roulette, you just keep hitting black, black, black. This is me. Like eventually it's gonna hit. But yeah, I hope so see that. Kubo and the boys are gonna take over.
I don't know, man. They've had a pretty bad season by their standards. It's been rough for them.
This is the only thing they could win, so they're in the semifinal. Might as well go all out. And that's why I think it's gonna be a tough match. I think they'll probably win by one goal. I wouldn't be surprised by a draw either.
But isn't it only the first leg?
Yeah, that's why. It's like one of two.
Hmm.
That's why I think they'll get like an advantage and win 1-0. Second leg in the Bernabeu, who knows? I don't know. That's the tougher one to call. You're gonna have to ask me next time.
How much hate watch you're gonna be putting into that one?
A lot, a lot. I'm not gonna lie, a lot. Recently the hate watches have been horrible.
Might have to switch it up just a bit, you know.
Says you. You keep
Uh,
picking against Barcelona.
Hey, listen, I'm a different type of hater, Jerry.
I don't blame you. I'm with you. But yeah, I have Sociedad winning that game. Then
Then we get
what?
Stuttgart versus Bayern.
Oh, before we go to that one, because that one's on Friday. We have no, not Manu. Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We skipped out or missed
Yeah,
it.
we missed it, but this is a big matchup. Nottingham Forest, again, one of the top teams in the table for the Premier League, and Arsenal, who's slowly descending.
Yeah.
What do you got, Jesse?
You really gotta ask when we got the biggest hater in the world right here. I'm going Nottingham Forest
Why is Nottingham Forest winning?
because Arsenal don't play football. They play, I can't say the word. Uh, they have Mikel Merino as striker. Uh, I don't know if you've noticed, Arsenal fans have begun to turn on Odegaard and saying that he's overrated, which is
Mm,
crazy. They're pinning all the blame on him when he's the only creative force on that side and he's getting jumped
mm.
basically every game.
Yeah, it sucks to see turning on him. We should literally leave the club because I think that this club is kind of done for. They clearly can't get a lot of players from the transfer market. Because if you think about it, the most recent transfer, they were supposed to get a Superman, they didn't get him. They were supposed to go for Wirtz or a massive striker, they didn't get anyone. Like their transfer power is not all that well.
Well, they say they go for it, but I blame, well, also remember their transfer director or sporting director is leaving.
Hmm.
So I think that has some say in it. But also Arteta's not like the best at attracting players.
Mm.
And especially I think it goes into how he treats them.
Yeah.
So I think that's also a problem. And plus, who wants to go to Arsenal? If you want to go to a London club,
Well, I was
I'd
gonna
rather
say it's a London club.
I'd rather go to any other London club than Arsenal.
Because it's crazy to me that Man U has more pull than you, even though you're doing better in the league. So,
Plus, yeah, but plus it's also known for if you go to Arsenal, Arteta has his favorites and he doesn't rotate that well.
mm,
You might end up like Saka with no hamstring by the end of it.
true. And look what happened to him. They're probably gonna rush him back too as soon as he gets the green light, put him in.
Yeah.
For me, I have a tie. I don't think Arsenal has enough attacking power, especially right now. But yeah, Nottingham Forest, I think they'll eventually tie. Because again, they're known for these big games about it.
Telling you, you know what? 4-1 right now. 4-1 Nottingham Forest.
Mark it down. More 4-1 Nottingham Forest, Jesse's guaranteeing it. Um, Next match is Stuttgart versus Bayern Munich. Huge match. I think it's one-sided. I have Bayern Munich.
Stuttgart is gonna get the win for me, Jerry, because I Bayern's reaching up to Arsenal levels with me because Company is not a coach apparently. He doesn't know how to coach football, and the team is playing awful. It's like the worst I've seen Bayern ever.
Even though they just beat Frankfurt 4-0, you're still
Yeah,
saying all this?
no. Did
Is it,
you see? Did you see before Frankfurt the other two games with Celtic where they needed a miracle to win and some helping hand from from who, and then against Bayern Leverkusen where they literally didn't decide to play. They were just in their goal hoping for the best, and they got lucky that they even got the result that they did.
but this is the Bundesliga, and they still have like an 11-point lead against Leverkusen. So that's why I'm like, I think Bayern is gonna win the match just because of that. I think teams are still scared of them, even though they shouldn't be. So I think they're just showing them way too much respect.
And I think that's where Stuttgart's different because they were like I think number three.
What in the Bundesliga? I know they're one of the better sides, like one of the better
Uh,
home sides.
Never mind, that was Frankfurt. They're in seventh, but still, they're gonna do it for me, Jerry. They can get the win.
Oh man. Yeah, they went from second to fucking seventh. The
Yeah.
drastic fall off.
Well,
Um,
they also got stolen. Their center back got stolen by Bayern, and then Guarnaschio got stolen by Dortmund.
see, that's why I like
But still, they're gonna do it. Believe,
it's
Jerry. Believe.
it's not the Stuttgart we knew from the beginning of the season. They got figured out.
Nah, it's gonna happen, Jerry. Believe.
Because I'm looking at it. They've won two of the past five games. One of them being it at Dortmund, which is cool. But other than that, yeah, it looks like nothing but 1-0 tie, 1-1 ties or one goal wins or losses.
It's okay, Jerry. It's gonna happen. Don't worry. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. It's gonna happen.
It's fun stat. Stuttgart and Bayern have not drawn in any of their last four matches when they face each other.
Oh, wow. Now that you said that, watch them draw.
I know. Our next match is Atletico Madrid versus Athletic Bilbao. Atletico Madrid, I know it hates their schedule at the moment.
Yeah, and you know what? Bilbao's gonna get another win for them.
Yeah, I have Bilbao as well. It's they're gonna focus too much on the well on the tie against Barcelona that they're gonna forget about Bilbao, and Bilbao just came back from winning 7-0 against Real Valladolid. So the Iñaki brothers are going crazy. Well, the Williams brothers.
Yeah, and plus also Satset's like up there in goals too, so he's having a good season.
Hmm. The Nico Williams scored a banger of a goal in that game. Again, it's the Real Valladolid. It's not a crazy side, but still, it was a good run. Really good run, actually.
I mean, whenever you batter a team 7-0, it raises some eyes.
Yeah, it does. Maybe he could force his way out and go to Barca.
I don't know if you guys have the money for that.
I don't know. I don't know if we have any money. We keep getting told different things. But going back to the Bundesliga, we have Frankfurt versus Leverkusen. Frankfurt just got battered. Leverkusen, one of the most informed teams.
Do we really gotta say, Jerry?
No, I got words, bro. Just going crazy. Give me Leverkusen.
Leverkusen's gonna keep it up. They're gonna make the Bundesliga more interesting towards the end of it. They're gonna catch up.
I
Believe,
hope
Jerry.
so, dude. I hope so, because this league, it looks like Bayern is going back to its old ways and just Bayern winning.
Yeah, I can't watch Harry Kane get a title. I can't.
It's gonna be like those FIFA animations for you if he wins one.
Yeah, it's not believable. I will literally cut the 2024-2025 Bundesliga season from my mind. It didn't happen.
Well, so far, no one is stopping that from happening. We'll see. Next is Napoli versus Inter Milan.
It's
Napoli coming
a
back from a fucking horrible loss to Como. Oh my God, dude. I thought that was a guarantee.
hey hey. I called it. I called it.
It speaks a lot on Como and how well they're playing. Because I think Napoli's in like in second place right now.
Second, yeah, this is 1v2, and they're like 1 point difference. So they could have gone up to first place with a win against Como.
Because God damn, yeah, Como just clearly put their foot down. It looks like they're not even gonna. Yeah, they're in 13th place, so they're nowhere near like relegation. But that's a huge win, and that's a huge blow for Napoli because now you don't have momentum, and you have to play uh Inter Milan.
Yeah.
There's a lot riding on this one, and I have a tie. Well, Inter Milan plays midweek.
Exactly. That's why I went with the Napoli win.
Yeah, that's a good matchup to see. Hopefully, I could watch the game in CBS.
I think so.
Uh, our next match is in France, the Farmer League, as some say, but it's PSG versus Lille, two Champions League sides facing each other.
Yeah, and I think Jerry went with the hate watch here because of a certain man.
No, not really for a certain man, but they kind of Lyon kind of exposed them last week. They went 2-3, but PSG was still too much. But yeah, I think they're getting film on them and they're gonna get discovered. So I have Lille, and especially with how well Jonathan David plays with the hold-up play, I think they're gonna cause a lot of issues.
Give me Usman Dembele, my fellow hater. is feeding right now. It just got announced that he's playing Barca again, so he's feeling
No,
those
he's not playing
juices
Barca.
in the Champions League. Oh no, you're right. My bad. He's thinking about Barca because he's expecting you guys to go through, and then he's gonna. Oh no, that's the other side of bracket. I'm tweaking.
They don't
Uh,
face each other to the final if they go
Yeah, then
everything goes right.
he's on the most incredible run of form I've seen ever from him, and I think he's gonna carry on against Leo.
Yeah, Ousmane Dembele is the top goal scorer for the competition with 17 goals at the moment. So I'm just trying to see what their last matchup was, or like how did it end? Come on.
For PSG Leo.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. Let me see. I have it right here. Shout out to SofaScore to provide the previous matches. And it ended 3-1 PSG, and that was September 1st at Lille. And it looks like PSG, there was a PSG win, tie, PSG win, PSG win, PSG win. It's not looking good for me. It's not looking good, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I just saw the same thing. I was like, oh,
Last time Lille beat PSG was in 2021. So that's an interesting set. Damn, I wish I knew that sooner. The power
uh,
of friendship is gonna overcome everything.
yeah, I don't know if
Oh
this
my
is.
God. Can I switch? No, I'll just stick
Uh,
with it. I'll stick with it. I'll stick with it. This is where the money's at, dude.
it's
Ne next match is Barcelona versus Real Sociedad. I think Real Sociedad squad is too thin and give me Barcelona.
Yeah, give me Sociedad off of haters. Just
You know
hating.
it too. Sociedad squad is very thin. I think they're gonna put everything in the cup competition.
Kubo with his Real Madrid heritage is gonna get a job done for us.
He also has Barcelona heritage.
Yeah,
He's the
but
reason
still.
we got a transfer ban.
Yeah, but still.
One of the many. Yeah, that man has no association, but we'll see who he ends up with. Next match is a very interesting one. Jesse's favorite side in the Serie A, other than Juventus, it's Roma versus Como.
And if anyone said Roma when Jerry said that, I want you guys to I can't say that. Trying to, tone it down, guys, all right? I can't say what I used to say. But yeah, give me Como. Nico Paz is in an incredible run for him. He's looking like one of the best young players in the world, and I don't know why Ancelotti didn't use him.
Could have used him this year, but you're using Dani Ceballos. Um, no, give me Roma, dude. Como's reign has to come to an end eventually. Roma's in good form. You just saw Dybala destroy Porto, so I think that's gonna happen more often, especially with the healthy Dybala.
With Nico Paz and what was Asio or the Spanish winger uh, going crazy right now, they're gonna destroy Roma.
It's a fun matchup though, too. But it's also in Rome, so that's gonna be a tough win and a tough ask for Como.
Nah.
Next we're going to AC Milan versus Lazio, staying in the Serie A. And I can't trust AC Milan. Lazio, you have yet to do me dirty. Well, they're like 50-50 for me, but I got Lazio.
I'm going with Milan because Captain America has to break out of his, bad form at some point, and Santi Jimenez is gonna score one just because he's Santi Jimenez.
That's the only reason I'm going against AC Milan. It's because well, De Ordones is in horrible form and low confidence. Leao's not doing good, and they're relying on Captain America, Christian Pulisic, to do a lot. Which, granted, he has done a lot. There's nothing more you could ask for, but right now he's not playing well.
Yeah, but he's gonna break out because he's gonna have that North American connection with Santi Jimenez.
Um, you know who's also kind of failing as a transfer already? It's Joao Felix. That man just
I,
keeps. He's a
I don't know.
nomad.
That was the last episode when I said it, or I just think of him as a joke now. He's not a real person to me anymore.
Yeah, he's inconsistent. He's what Dembele was, just inconsistent, constantly giving you like a good performance for like 2 matches and then disappears for like 10.
When was his last good performance?
Literally, legit, the first game against with Milan, he got a goal and then an assist. So he got the two, and he's kind of done for the season.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy because they want to keep him.
They do.
It's insane to me.
It's Milan, dude. They revived careers. They revived well, he kind of I was gonna say Ruben Loftus-Cheek at one point was a reference point for AC Milan, and now he's kind of just on the bench.
Disappeared. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's gone. I think he just went there because he's waiting for Milan Fashion Week, and because I think he wants to be a model, so I think that's why he's still there.
Hey, he's thinking outside of football, and I commend him for that. Then there's Real Betis versus Real Madrid. Sadly, Real Betis, their star player, their fucking mercurial player, Anthony got a very, very interesting red card.
Well, it was just kind of out of frustration that he got that red card because there was no reason for him to kick him out or kick him like that.
He didn't even touch him.
Yeah, but why'd he go for it?
Yeah, it was a super challenge. I'm not saying that, but
Yeah.
as for the red card, like no, it has to be some contact, in my opinion. I think they're gonna go through the appeals process. Will they get appealed? I don't know.
Well, if they said that if it does get appealed, it'll be after the Real Madrid match because
They're scared to
it's
face him.
it's so close. Yeah,
I
we're
know.
scared of Anthony.
You guys are terrified of Anthony. He's got to admit he's having an insane season so far from
But
like not playing. No,
let's not
no,
say
this is
season.
huge, Jesse. Because from not playing to being one of the reference points for the new team you're in, I think how many goals does he have? Like 4 or 5 in the
I
past four
think
matches?
I think it's
Like I can't even believe I'm looking up Anthony stats right now. Like that's how crazy it is.
give me a second. I got it right here. He's got two in La Liga.
And yeah, he's been doing well in the Europa League. So, and has a
He's
decent amount of assists too.
he's
So,
got he's got three in total for Betis.
how many assists?
He's got two in La Liga.
So, you guys were just terrified of him. Say it right now. Mendy
Let
was
me
gonna
s-
get cooked because he's
let
playing on
me
the right side.
s- yeah, he only has two, three and two.
Just pleasantly surprised, dude. But yeah, Real Betis versus Real Madrid. I don't even have to ask you. I know who you're picking. We all know who you're picking. You got Real Madrid, right?
Of course. Why would I?
Give me
I'm a loyal
Betis.
I'm a loyal man. I don't switch up.
Give me Real Betis. Neither am I. I'm switching up. I'm not switching up, Jesse. Eventually, one of these two is gonna hit either Real Sociedad or Real Betis.
Yeah, no. Even if Anthony played, he wouldn't be what I would be worried about. I would be worried about Isco because when he p- he hits top form, he can be the best player on the field and no one can touch him.
Hmm. Yeah, I just think they're gonna suffer a lot without Anthony. I'm hoping that gets appealed and that happens, but yeah, Anthony, it's gonna be a huge loss for Betis, especially just because he brings a lot of wing play to that side. And without wing play, you're not making Vinicius drop back or whoever's playing that left side at the time for Real Madrid. It's gonna be a very dull attack. So we'll see if
Well,
Betis can pull out the miracle.
well, they have Isco and plus they also have the new young wonder kid
Mhm.
that they have on the left wing. I can't remember his name, but he's being pretty hyped and he's looking pretty decent past couple of games because he's recently started getting a run of form or run of games.
Mhm.
They would have looked even better if they kept the Como kid.
It's La Liga, dude. Eventually, I think they had to make sales because they don't even have Anthony. Like bought, they loaned him.
Yeah.
Next match is Newcastle versus Brighton for the FA Cup. I am going with Brighton.
I went with Newcastle because I don't know. I feel like Newcastle. It's a Newcastle type of week.
Brighton has been destroying top oppositions. They beat Chelsea like 3 times in a row. I think they're gonna beat Newcastle as well. Giant killers, some say.
Some say not me.
Next match is battle of mid. Well, not really. For at least one side. I have Man U versus Fulham, and we can't trust Man U, so I'm going Fulham.
Think I went Man U, right?
Yeah, you won Man U.
Yeah, I don't know why I picked them.
Interesting pick. I'll say that.
Yeah, it's a pick. It's a pick for sure. I have no expectations on that one.
But yeah, those are our picks for this week. Let us know what you guys parlay up. We didn't come up with the parlay this week. Is there anything we have that's the same? So I think you could parlay this up. The Inter versus Lazio match in the Coppa Italia. We both pick Inter, so go with Inter. Um, So Frankfurt versus Leverkusen, you could parlay that up. So you could do Inter, Leverkusen versus Frankfurt, take Leverkusen, and then
That's
damn.
it. Everything else
Oh,
like,
Atletico Madrid versus Bilbao. There you go. It's a three leg parlay. We
oh
took
yeah, there
Bilbao.
you
So Inter Milan to beat Lazio, Bilbao to beat Atletico Madrid, and Leverkusen to beat Frankfurt. Parlay that up. Guaranteed right here. Free money. Oof. Now, what are some of the topics you wanted to go over, Jesse?
Premier League is basically done.
Hmm.
Liverpool are your champions, guys. It's there's no reason to watch it anymore. Premier League is gonna be boring from now on.
Yeah, especially looking at Arsenal's schedule. Their schedule coming up is pretty tough. I talked to you about it yesterday. Let me pull it up again.
Yeah, plus there's no reason to watch Arsenal currently because they don't play attractive football and they're playing with Mikel Merino at striker. So it's not gonna make for an interesting game.
Probably not, to be honest. But yeah, Arsenal's fixtures are very fucking tough at this time. They're facing
Uh,
Nottingham Forest, like we said, midweek, and then they go to the Champions League, face PSV, then they face Chelsea, Fulham, Everton, who's in great form. But yeah,
I mean, what they could do is watch out for how many red cards Skelly gets during the season.
he has to, costing him points. Maybe he could go for a third. But talk about that challenge. That challenge was just stupid. Some Arsenal fans, of course, they're gonna always say it wasn't a red card, but it is. The goalie's completely off his line. Um,
Royo was closer to the halfway line than he was to his goal. And I don't know, he just like made a bad decision because he put the ball so far away from his body
mhm.
that it became a sprint to get who would get there first.
Yeah, and he lost it. He stumbled, fell, and caused a foul. And people are trying to say that it wasn't last man. I'm like, well, you didn't have a goalkeeper on the line. If it was a goalkeeper on the line, there's no argument. It's a yellow, easy.
Yeah. And plus it not even just last man, it was a literal goal scoring opportunity because it was an open net for him.
Hmm.
Because he just literally needed to pass it into the goal at that point.
Yeah. And in other words, Liverpool beat Man City very easily 2-0. One crazy stat, Trent has been overtaken in that match multiple times. I think it was like Premier League history. Doku got like I think 14 dribbles in a single match against him.
I don't want to talk about it, Jerry. You're talking about my new right back.
So the Raudrid's new right back is getting cooked, and he's about to go to one of the biggest clubs in Europe. And I couldn't be happier. But yeah, they could take all those. They could literally take Trent to town, and they still would have lo lost like three more matches if they face each other again. Like
Like
Man City looks done.
they literally did take him to town.
Man
I was
City's done.
I was watching it and it made me feel sick, Jerry, knowing that that's going to be happening all next year for us.
Big facts. But yeah, Man City looks done. We can't really beat a dead horse anymore. We've talked about him enough. We could just praise Arnie Slot and the boys, especially with Arnie Slot. Is this like the best manager ever had, like in a season wise? Yeah, Jesse. Arnie Slot, best debut season for a Premier
Uh,
League coach.
Probably not because we still have Mourinho's debut season. He came in with like prime Sir Alex, prime Arsenal, invincible season. And then he beat them and was like a penalty away from also going invincible with Chelsea. And they have like one of the most unbeatable records said to be in the Premier League with like they only conceded 15 goals in the Premier League season, which is crazy to think about.
Mhm. Can it be done in this day and age? Probably not. But no, I think Arnie Slot is up there. I know Pep Guardiola didn't win his first season in the Premier League, so Pep's is out of the window. But yeah, Arnie Slot, you got to be up there. You gotta make an argument, especially with the amount of goals they're scoring.
Yeah.
And
And
especially like having, I think one of the would you consider Jurgen Klopp the best Liverpool coach?
probably not because even though he did turn them around from like, maybe like a Spursy situation where like they weren't like bad, but they're like just hovering around top four, hoping for the best. He turned them to a genuine title contender. It just sucks that his best came in when like Guardiola was going crazy because they only have what one Premier League to his name and then one Champions League and that's it. And like
Yeah.
FA Cup shit like that, but that was nothing. I really don't care.
Yeah. No, it's crazy to see. It's just good to see from Arnie Slot in general. Again, there were so many question marks for him coming in. Um, and we said he was gonna probably feel like a glove because similar styles with Klopp, probably even better and fine-tuned it even more. But yeah, it's good to see.
But I think it's even more impressive because it's not like he had like a window where he brought in a bunch of players and like or his own players and like oh fit it into the team. Like
Hmm.
he didn't get that much recruitment. He just made do what he had and made got him better. Like he had Gravenberch and he like turned him into a star.
Hmm.
So I think it's yeah, it's very good credit to him because it's not like he did anything crazy.
And on top of that, how well he's handling like the whole Mo Salah and Van Dijk situation with question marks in their Liverpool career. Like still to this day, like Salah hasn't resigned.
Same with Van Dijk, same with Trent. Like he's going out with like what would be like his superstar players in question, but he's so dragging them along.
I'm sure he'll be fine with Trent leaving. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Hopefully he convinces him to stay.
But yeah, just a huge shout out to Arnie Slot. I just can't wait to see how his team gets even better once he does have a full transfer market and another preseason under his belt. But even then, the expectations will be high, and at this point, I think he can fulfill them.
Well, if you think about it, with Man City looking like they might need like a year or two to come back to like full form with like a brand new squad to like rebuild it basically, and Arsenal being Arsenal, he could be able to go on a run similarly to like where the next two or three Premier Leagues are his.
Hmm. Yeah. So Arsenal is just like completely done. So their window of winning out the window now. It's funny to say, but yeah, this could be he could mark an era in the Premier League histories for sure.
Yeah,
They could do like what Pep did with like Man City's doing right now with Pep. Like they've won the last four. Like they keep throwing it at everyone's face. I'm like, okay, that was in the past. Let's focus on what you guys are doing now, and that's you guys are shit. But
yeah, and he could do something similar.
yeah, and it's crazy too because even the Champions League, I think they're gonna crash out against PSG. That's a whole nother video. Um, but yeah, they could make damage in the Champions League as well.
Mhm.
Um, Not with speaking of Man City, Haaland is injured. He didn't even train or warm up for the Liverpool game. How big of a concern do you think that is for City?
I don't think it's much of a concern because Marmoush is looking really good. So I think he fits in and replaces his, I don't know about output, but like he brings in like brings the intensity to the club. I think Holland kind of needed a break because been everyone's been on him this
Hmm.
season, rightfully so, because he hasn't been lighting up the Premier League how we've seen him do and how we expect him to do. Because he's supposed to be competing with Mbappe to be like best player of this generation. They're supposed to be like going at it, producing crazy numbers. And it was like a somewhat disappointing season for him, but maybe he just needs a break and hopefully next year he comes back better.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it took a toll on him with the amount of games they've been playing, and on top of that, he's legit the only striker they had in rotation, so he was playing every single fucking game. Him being big too, center backs target him. They're very physical with him, so his body just took a toll, and no, nothing yet concrete has came out and said like what the extent of his injury is. I think it's an ankle injury, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Also speaking about Man City, KDB is being linked to San Diego FC.
He's done, bro. He's out of there.
He's ready to go to a retirement home.
Honestly, he is. At this point, it's like the Anthony Davis situation in the NBA. Like straight up, like it's an injury-prone player, way past his prime already. Well, not way past his prime, but like it's slowly declining already. We saw it in the Liverpool game. He couldn't produce anything, so. It's a perfect time for him to leave, and I think he might be done too, just because the toll this whole season has taken in the whole Man City squad. Because I'm pretty sure Gundogan's not happy to be back either.
Yeah, he just looks like he's athletically done
Hmm.
because he just doesn't like run as much as we used to see him before a couple years ago. It almost looks like it's like like he has a chain on his back and it's just pulling him.
Some Black History Month, Jesse. But no, no, I can see it. Like there's a lot of resistance to his running. Yeah, because we were so used to seeing him. Pep used to play him a lot on that right side, like almost as a right middle, and he just sprint down there and put balls in. But this time, yeah, his days are past him, and he needs like probably a league that's not as physically intense. I think he could do it in La Liga, but I think he has his heart set at MLS at this point.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I was expecting him to go to Saudi for even more money. But I guess the vacation home in San Diego was much better.
Yeah, and recently they just debuted it too. They beat the champions actually, LA Galaxy, San Diego FC. So now they have one win under their belt in the MLS. Um, yeah, we talked about Gasperini. Do you think Arteta is his job on the line?
For me, it would be, but I don't think for them. I think they're going to keep him. I think they're going to say 3 straight years of competing for a title, even though it wasn't really competing. They were just there because they needed someone to be there. He's gotten second. He hasn't shown that he's a winner. The only thing he's won in his Arsenal tenure that's already 6 years now is a one FA Cup.
And they're still riding that FA Cup win, Jesse, to this day. Um, yeah, Arteta's job should technically be on the line, but with him being in second place, I don't think it'll be too much. But if you wanted a winning manager, you would definitely fire him after the season, especially if he doesn't win anything.
And plus, also his recruitment and like transfer policy doesn't work because we've seen him for I don't know how many years we've said they need a striker, they need forwards, they need a replacement or like a backup for Saka. They need all these things in the forward line, and year after year, nothing happens. Oh, we'll be fine. We don't need it. Look what happened currently. We've said, oh, they need another creative outlet to partner Odegaard.
Hmm.
Declan Rice can do that.
Yeah, Arteta doesn't have the pull. Honestly, I'd go with another Spanish manager. I'd put Xavi in this squad, and I think he'd probably do better. Especially, we've seen that he has pull easily with players. He has convinced players to come to Barcelona, take the lowest salary in their career ever to play for the squad. And I think if you put him in that team, he'd do well compared to like Arteta at the moment. Because Arteta, I think we got the best out of him, and it's second place.
Yeah, he's not a winner. I just don't see. But I mean, it's because I see it like that. But we're coming from winnish perspectives. We come from heritage clubs. But he fits perfectly with the Arsenal mindset of always finishing second. So I think actually they might keep him because he's just perfect for them.
Yeah. We just got to see how well they do in the transfer market. Again, not much. At this point, like Arsenal has to pay clauses and not and they because at this point they can't convince players to go.
No, Jerry, they're getting another DM. I'm telling you right now, they're getting another DM. They're getting another center back.
Oh my God. And it's so funny because I want to take it as a joke, but more than likely you might be right.
It's gonna happen. I'm telling you right now. I
And
can see
we
it
got to
now.
see if they could keep Saliba.
No, I could see them losing Saliba and signing two center backs in response,
Yeah. But yeah, other words, Premier League is getting a fifth Champions League spot. They have multiple English squads in the competitions from like Champions League to Europa League and Conference League, and their coefficient is just higher, so they get a fifth spot.
which is awful to see because who wants to see more Premier League teams?
Yeah, they're clearly crashing out, not doing the best, spending millions of dollars and can't even qualify for the round of 16. Um, yeah. What league do you think should have gotten it?
Honestly, I would have enjoyed seeing more Serie A because
Even
I
though they
think
all
it's a
crashed out?
yeah, but they were entertaining at least.
To me, the most deserved league that should get it is Eredivisie, especially what they've done in the European competitions. Clearly knocked out of all of Serie A. I think they should get another spot.
Yeah, the only thing with me giving them another spot that or the feeling that I have is that in the summer I feel like they're gonna lose their best players because they're all gonna get poached. And the
Mhm.
problem with, giving them the extra spot is that we're not going to be seeing the same team we saw this year from them.
Maybe. I think at this point, like they deserve it. They've knocked out a lot of teams. Ajax is doing well in the competition. They have a 16-year-old center mid who's very exciting. I forgot his name. Um,
Ajax, aren't they in the Europa?
yeah, they're in the Europa League, my bad. But yeah, the 16-year-old they have playing at center mid is fucking insane. He reminds me a lot of Pogba. So, and I think he
Uh,
has a similar build to him too. He's like 6 foot like 3 or something.
you said Pogba? You know how I feel about Pogba, Jerry.
Pogba was a generational talent, but sadly he went to a shit club like Man U.
He reminds
It's,
me of Anthony Davis, and you know how I feel about Anthony Davis.
yeah. Um, but yeah, any other closing thoughts, Jesse?
Um, Nothing that I can think of. What about you, Jerry?
No, not really. Um, other than that, thank you guys for watching. This has been the Play On podcast with Jesse and Jerry. This is episode 49. Make sure to
Nine?
like and subscribe. Let us know if you want to be a guest on the show. We do need guests. We'll gladly add you on and talk some topics with you guys.
Yeah. And I'll tell you if your opinion is wrong, because,
Yeah. We'll try to get Aspie the Chelsea fan to explain something or someone.
Yeah.
All right. We didn't even talk other sports too, so we'll see. We'll discuss it.
Yeah. Except hockey, because we don't know anything about hockey.
No, please don't. Other than the US versus Canada thing where they were like fighting it for like as soon as the game started, that shit was awesome.
Well, that was the first game. The second game was the final, right? And that went to
Mm.
overtime.
Yeah, that went to overtime and Canada took it sadly.
Hey, I picked the winner. I told Witcher pick Connor McDavid to score, and he did. He scored the winner.
Dude, I don't even know who the fuck that is. You're telling us that? I was like, okay. He scored the winner?
Yeah, he scored the winner in overtime.
They should have
3-2.
listened to you.
No, but I think he picked someone else to score from the US. I can't remember.
I couldn't even tell you. Hockey is a difficult sport. Do I understand it? I still don't understand the icing.
I don't understand the rules. I know they also have an offsides, which I don't understand.
Mm-mm,
So yeah, if maybe someone could explain it to us, maybe we'll become more interested, but I
for
don't know.
sure. But thank you guys for watching. Peace.
Peace.